Hi friends, it's Tila here. Today I'm talking about a topic that I don't think I've ever mentioned on this channel before, and it is a topic of PMDD, which stands for Premenstrual Dysphoric Disorder. It's a condition that approximately 5.5% of women experience who are menstruating. And is severely life-limiting and debilitating. And I know this because I have PMDD. And I wanted to jump on today because it's the last day of the IAPMD organisation, which is called the International Association for Premenstrual Disorders. It's the last day of their PMDD Awareness Month today, and I just wanted to use this chance to spread the word about PMDD if you've never heard of it before, and also to generate a little bit more awareness about what this condition is and what it isn't, and also just provide some links to some resources that if there's any women out there or partners of women out there listening to this video, that you might be able to reach out to if you think that that you might be suffering from some of these symptoms. So PMDD is commonly referred to as a severe form of PMS, which is a common condition with females who are menstruating and in the days and sometimes weeks before their period, sometimes up to 10 days before. So I'm not always comfortable with it being referred to as a severe form of PMS because it's, for those who have experienced PMDD, it transcends a lot of what PMS is. Yes, there are certain elements of it, like the irritability, the crankiness, the sort of snappiness, and just feeling overall, sort of bloated and sort of in physical pain as well. But PMDD is it's a hormone-based mood disorder, which is linked to your menstrual cycle, and it is an abnormal brain reaction that is triggered when ovulation occurs. So essentially, in my case, I can go back now and see that I was experiencing these types of symptoms when I was very young, when I first got my first period, but I didn't ovulate for 15 years after I went on the pill, because obviously I was on the pill. So in my 20s, it didn't affect me at all. When I went off the pill and fell pregnant with my first daughter, I was fine with no symptoms aside from pregnancy related symptoms. And then when I tried to go back on the pill after her, I experienced what can only really be called psychotic episodes, and gave up on that. My second child, I was then diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, and I actually thought that all of my concerns, which I can now see were related to PMDD because of when they were happening each time in the month. I actually dismissed a lot of those concerns and sort of explained them away as being Hashimoto's or thyroid based. So when I started to really tap into the timing of my symptoms, and my symptoms were getting more and more serious, to the point where my husband, my family members, my girls could actually pick up on the fact that that I'd changed. Like, I would experience quite a significant, mood change, and it would be quite instant, and I would know exactly the day that I'd ovulated, and so would everyone else in my family, and I've been experimenting with certain treatments, and just experimenting with my own body, essentially, for the last few years. But it took me, which is quite common, probably, 15 to 20 years to actually be diagnosed with PMDD, which is why I'm really keen to just spread a bit more awareness about this condition, and that it is quite life-changing and altering, and to the point where your mood can shift so much that the chemicals in your brain and the interaction with the body and the brain, as well, it becomes quite a biochemical response to having what should be quite a natural part of life. There's a lot of anxiety if you're finding that you are experiencing a lot of anxiety around even getting your periods, and that you change, and that those around you are picking up on the fact that you are sort of having those anger outbursts. You are really, really irritable about things that you're not usually irritable about. You find it hard to you find the joy or any type of motivation during those days before your period, and it can be up to 10 days or more, then I would seriously encourage you to start tracking your period with it. There's a lot of PMDD trackers. There's a tracker just called the PMDD tracker, where you can log symptoms over the course of a couple of months or more. It has to be multiple months, and you can really quite quickly see patterns in your mood, in your physical symptoms, in the way that you see life. There is approximately, just in Australia alone, there's approximately over 300,000 women who have PMDD, and that's linked to the statistic of 5.5% of women. So it's not a huge percentage, but it's enough to really have an impact on a woman's life. And I feel that that there just needs to be more recognition of the fact that that this condition occurs and is here, and could potentially be having an impact on your life, or the life of your partner, or friend, or mother. So there are various treatments that have been proposed, and it's different for everyone, but certainly lifestyle changes, like movement and exercise, and what you're eating, so sort of what foods you are and aren't eating, what your genetic disposition is, what your whether you're sort of drinking a lot of alcohol or caffeine, and whether that's actually creating exacerbating symptoms. In some cases, patients are put onto antidepressants just for 2 weeks of the month, each month, and that has had varying sort of responses, and it works for some women and not others. For me, I've avoided a lot of medication until recently, when I heard about the Zoli combined pill and how it had been really effective for women with PMDD. It's a less severe form of treatment than having your ovaries removed or a full hysterectomy, which in some cases women do go down that pathway. But in essence, stopping the ovulation has had a profound effect on my mood and just my clarity of mental state. And I have had side effects with the pill, but they have been physical, not mental, and I've really noticed just how much of a relief it has been, even in this short time, that I have changed around my lifestyle and at the same time gone onto the combined pill. I mean, I've had breakthrough bleeding and I've had acne, I've had like breakouts, I've put on weight, all these side effects that have really been no comparison to what it's like living with PMDD. So there are a range of experts out there who provide a lot of varying solutions on treatments, and getting a good therapist is also like essential, I believe, as well. I have a very good therapist at the moment, and she's also a yoga teacher, as well as she's also involved with modalities such as Reiki as well, which really sort of resonates with me in my own sort of spiritual practices. And I was also seeing a Buddhist psychologist as well for quite some time. So it's important to definitely continue to shop around until you find the right people, the right support network for you. The best starting point, I believe, and I actually cried when I found this resource, is the IAPMD website. They are phenomenal, and they have so much research and free webinars and access to support groups, and so many experts who have done so many studies in women with PMDD that, I mean, I still haven't gone through all the information on their site. There's so much, and it really helps to know that there is that support in the background and that you are understood. So I was today just really encouraging people, particularly women who may not have even heard about PMDD. If your menstrual cycle is really severely like fucking up with your life, there could be more of a reason to it than just PMS. There is quite a high suicide rate with PMDD as well. It is a very serious condition, and it's still being understood, but I just really want to use a chance today to just highlight the fact that it exists and that you're not going crazy, and to seek medical advice and shop around if you're not happy with that advice in the first instance, or the second, or the third. Research shows that it takes around about 6 different medical appointments before it can be diagnosed. Sometimes it can take up to, on average, 12 years for PMDD to be identified as a cause of the stress in a woman's life. So be persistent, be patient, and yeah, know that there is an organisation that is just absolutely here for you and cheering you on, and in the road to like finding solutions, and there are solutions. It's not, you're not alone. And yeah, I'm gonna put all of the details of this of the organisation into the description on this video, and you might also want to check out, I created a separate channel just a couple of months ago because I wanted to track my own 30 days of living with PMDD, and it led me to quite a lot of breakthroughs and solutions and realizations in my own life that had a really, really positive effect. In fact, just being accountable to posts every single day was really, really positive and beneficial as well. So that channel I haven't really promoted it too much because I was sort of using it for my own benefit, but I've decided to keep it up and use it just for my PMDD posts and videos. So if you are interested in learning more about PMDD, as well as checking out the IA PMD website and resources, jump onto at my PMDD diary, which is my own personal, I guess it's like a video blog of my own experiences with PMDD and what has helped and what hasn't helped. Together, hopefully one day we won't have to keep this PMDD thing such a secret, and stop feeling so ashamed about the changes in our personality and mood every month. The impact on relationships and family is huge. So I'm lucky that I'm coming out the other end with this, and I have really worked really hard with trialing different types of treatments and solutions, I just really want any other woman who's experiencing suffering every month to maybe just investigate a little bit further. Don't dismiss it. You're not going crazy, and reach out to me if you think I can be of benefit or support to you. PMDD month is last day today. I'm also going to put a link to how you can donate and support this cause as well. Would be greatly appreciated for all of the women who are out there struggling every month to deal with the impact that this has on their lives. So thank you for listening. This has been a really different kind of a video than what I normally would do, but I really wanted to use this chance during the Awareness Month to just try to increase the awareness of this condition that affects so many women. So lots of love, and I'll see you in my next video.